What up, lads? This is part 2 of how to make your beats more interesting. And this one is all about using drops to make your beats more interesting. And I may have done a video about this in the past, but this one is going to be a little bit different, a little bit more comprehensive and better. So before we get started, make sure you guys check out the How to Make Beats book, brought to you by Slime Green Beats. Link in the description. Check that out. Available on Amazon. Great book. Great book. And let's get on to it. So the first drop I want to talk about is like leading into the drums. And I did it with the melody here very cleverly. So you'll see like in this melody right here, instead of having it just continue, I kind of have like a space here. And how long does the space have to be? However long you want it. And then I have the space, and then I also kind of like lead into it. So there's a variety of ways you can do it. I'm not gonna say there's one way to do it, but definitely you want to have some type of space, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So watch. See how that works? So that's a really cool, that's one way to do a drop. That's one way to do the drop. Let me fix this. Another way is to just kind of like drag patterns out like this. So watch. So you go like that. You probably hear this a lot in tracks. You might even do it here. They'll do stuff like that like all the time. Do stuff like that. You could do this ways, you can do that ways. There's not one way to do it. There's not a certain amount of space you need to have. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes it just sounds better when there's no drop. You probably heard stuff like that. Like, you probably heard a lot of that. You probably hear a lot of that in tracks, a lot. I remember I was watching one, How to Make a Beat, like behind the beat video, and this guy was like, I always add my own drops because I hate it when like engineers do it. So I was like, ever since then I've been doing that, really, cause like, yeah, that's happened, and they will add their own drops, and it might make your beat sound worse. You might not like it. So you can try stuff like that. Definitely try stuff like that. You know, you can try that here or something like that. You know, later in the beat. And sometimes, like, you know, I'll sync it with like a melodic note. See how this one kind of like dun 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 dun. And as soon as the last one, kind of like give it its little solo moment. Give it its like solo. You know what I'm saying? And when you're doing this, it's always important to again assess like, does this actually make the beat better? And I like to record lyrics because it can make the drop sound more realistic. Like when you're just dropping it, you probably haven't been doing it because you're just not recording lyrics and you're just hearing it, and you know, it's like it just makes more sense when you have lyrics. Like I'm sure you've heard a lot of songs, a lot of rap songs, especially where like they'll cut apart, they'll be like, and they'll drop the beat again. So that's all that you're doing here, and all they're doing basically, like I said, is just pulling things back. You can do it with the melody, you can do it with the bass, you can do it with anything. So just be creative with it. Yeah, that's really it. Okay, so I wanted to pull up this beat because this beat's hard now, but I don't do drops in this. I got kind of lazy. I usually, like, in my last round of doing stuff is when I add the drop. Like I literally, like, after I mix, after I do everything, that's when I do the drop. This one doesn't really have any drops. The beat's hard, it don't have any drops, and I also, in, you know, part 1, you probably noticed, to switch up the drum patterns. I haven't done that either. So usually, like, honestly, these are like the last steps. But on this beat, we're gonna try to add drops. And yeah, since we just vibing, you know, you don't have to keep watching, but you can, you know, shout it. I got lyrics on this one too, so I think this is slightly better though. So I believe this is the kick snare here. might be able to work with that. Now in this one I need to alternate the drum patterns too, because you'll see here this is the same, this is the same, this is the same, this is the same. But yeah, that's it for this. Thank you guys for watching. You know, add them drops. Think of it, you know, use it when necessary. Again, don't abuse it. That's the key and whatnot. But definitely try to use it, especially if your beats are sounding kind of stale. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Get the How to Make Beats book brought to you by Slanging Beats. Peace out, y'all.